Uh, Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Late for the Party on Anchor FM. I am your host, Mellodious, aka Coverboi, the Modern Marvel. That's right, you guys. Man, I'm gonna cut into the chase because I know a couple of nights ago I wound up going on my little feed to where I feed into my well, I call my well of information. Man, dude, I go on and, I'm just going over and I see the devs from Lizardcube put up on their Twitter that they just did like a mock-up of Garou Mark of the Wolves 2. It's just a mock-up, but dude, the ill-fated game that never got a chance to come out after doing a dope classic like Fatal Fury, or of the Fatal Fury series franchise, Garou Mark of the Wolves. That is just so trippy, and like looking at how they did it, and they were just doing their whole work and scans and all that, and I'm just like, man, the guys at Lizardcube, man, these guys have really got stuff going, because not only that they've done great work, I think they've done great work with Wonder Boy. I've got Wonder Boy, Streets of Rage 4. A lot of people may not really like how their art style is, but man, fuck y'all, that shit is great. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving every bit of those two games of mine are in my rotation, because it's that classic feel that I love playing, man. And honestly, Lizardcube has got to be probably one of my favorite sleeper developers right now. Like they're on par to me, like with like Arc Systems and Platinum Games on like all the stuff that they like bringing out. You know what I'm saying? This is like my sleeper developers of like, this is who I rock with right now. And like I said, with Streets of Rage 4, they said that .emu said that they were gonna come out with more of it, but it's gonna take a little time. Hey, take all the time you need, because if you bringing out content and stuff like this, man, I'm more for it. But if they did, and just looking at this mock-up, like they did a mock-up of Rock Howard about to do battle with one of Fatal Fury's new Mark of the Wolves new characters called Boss Fur, but they're not doing it anymore. So it sucks, because Fatal Fury, I keep saying Fatal Fury, but it's called Garou. It's the same thing, but it's one of those games that I think that I give props to SNK, because like when they make changes to their games, they run with it. They'll change even the fighting styles of like certain characters. They'll even change the fighting styles on certain characters. Like, Kyo used to have a little fireball he used to throw on the floor, now he don't. But or they ain't afraid to drop Yori's powers and whatnot, even like tweak up Terry Bogard's movesets. And I think that's the thing that kind of separates how SNK treated their characters over, let's say, like Street Fighter. Because, and there's a lot of comparisons I can say this, because honestly, Third Strike, there's a lot of, I can compare it to like Garou Mark of the Wolves. I'm just going to say Mark of the Wolves compared to like, Street Fighter 3. And when I say Street Fighter 3, I'm actually saying the 3 games that they have of it, which was New Generation, Second Impact, and Third Strike. Now, the difference when I say this is because in Street Fighter 3, the new generation, there wasn't supposed to be any Ryu or Ken. It was just supposed to be a new generation of characters, which was going to be the main focus with the character Alex. There wasn't going to be a Ryu and Ken, but they felt, the only Shoto in the game, which was supposed to be Sean. So they felt comfortable. They didn't feel comfortable enough to where people would accept that idea to where it's going to be called Street Fighter just with some brand new characters. So they just played it safe and just put Ryu and Ken in the game at first, and then as Second Impact went along and then moving into Third Strike, they wound up adding Chun-Li and Akuma as well. But see, with Fatal Fury, when Fatal Fury, their franchise, they ran through, did their whole thing. They wound up going through Fatal Fury, then they wound up doing Real Bout, and then they wound up moving on to the Garou Mark of the Wolves franchise, which is in the segue of Fatal Fury in general. But when they decided to go the route of going with a new protagonist, which is Rock Howard, who was the main antagonist, Geese Howard's son. So when, I'm going to leave all that out, but instead of just going with the route of how they wound up having their regular people, like, you had in Fatal Fury, you had Terry Bogard, you had his brother Andy, and their best friend Joe, and in part 2, then they added Mai and Kim and whatnot, and those were the usual people in rotation until Garou Mark of the Wolves decided, okay, we just want to focus on the new characters, but instead of just focusing on everybody and adding everybody into it while focusing on the new characters, because we want to give the new characters some time to shine. So they just decided just to keep one character. So they just kept Terry, because Terry's connected to Rock Howard, because he's been taking care of him after the death of his dad, after the death of Geese Howard. So that's a trip. The hero defeated the villain, and then once the villain died, then the hero decided to take care of the villain's son. So that's pretty dope. That's one thing I always liked about the Fatal Fury franchise, and I was just shocked that they were going to do a part 2 of Garou Mark of the Wolves, and they didn't do it. But when I see stuff like this, and Lizardcube is obviously on that road to where they're trying to bring back games like Wonder Boy, Streets of Rage 4, and then you see stuff like Garou Mark of the Wolves 2 Mockup, and then they show how they would see how it would look and everything, and I'm pretty sure SNK isn't going to use that idea. They'll use that idea to bring it back out, maybe, hopefully, but, they're not going to touch, they probably wouldn't even rock with, them like that, honestly, and that kind of sucks, because you see a concept, you see an idea, and Lizardcube has got stuff rolling for them right now, and I say, Lizardcube, keep going, man. If this is the reason why Streets of Rage 4's DLC is being delayed, or not even delayed, it's just taking time to come out because you're doing stuff hopefully, other things, and I got my little list of things I'm hoping that they're working on. If they gotta be working on something. The whole list, and most of this shit is Sega. So if anything, man, Lizardcube, please, if you're working on shit, let it be Fatal Fury. If you're doing any kind of fighting game, man, let it be Eternal Champions or something. You know what I'm saying? Eternal Champions, Shinobi, freaking Golden Axe. I mean, obviously we're going into Space Harrier. Something. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the case is, dude, keep up the good work. I'm loving the design style. I'm loving the art style. Everything, man. Like, and if this even gets to y'all, can you just do a mock-up of what Terry Bogard would look like in Mark of the Wolves 2? And that's always been one of my favorite designs of how Terry Bogard looked when he got older, instead of just rocking the hat and, the short sleeve vest or the jacket and the chucks. Started getting a little older, a little more grizzled, It's dope. But either way, I just wanted to get that out there, man. But, jeez, man. It's a good time to be a geek, man. But either way, like I said, this is the In My Mind segment on Late for the Party on Anchor FM, you guys. And Late for the Party Live. Please like, comment, share, support the podcast, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. There, said it right this time. Okay. The links will be in the description once I upload everything to my social media. You can also find me on social media once I upload everything in the description of once I upload everything on the YouTube channel and whatnot. But also check out the cool merch on Teespring.com. Man, I ain't got nothing else to say. But other than, hey, like I always say at the end, I am your host, Mellodious, a.k.a. Coverboi, the Modern Marvel, signing off. And as always, if you're going to be late for the party, turn it up to 11.